take me back to the day your dad died and what happened.
Well, I started with a phone call at like 8 in the morning. My dad called me and he asked me if he could ride with me to a very popular rivalry between MacArthur and Irving. And so he wanted to know if he could ride with me to go to this game. And honestly, at that point, I was very ashamed of my dad because he just always would embarrass me in public. So I told him, I was like, nah, can't do that. The car is gonna be full. My friend Chris, my friend Humphrey, we're gonna go to the game together. So unfortunately, Dad, I can't give you a ride. But in reality, I didn't want to give him a ride because he would just find some way to embarrass me. What I didn't know is that was the last time I would ever speak to my dad. Because later on that day, we got a phone call. Me and my sister Joanna, when we were in the car, we got a phone call from my sister Michelle, and she told me, Dad's dead. Dad's dead. And she was just crying through the phone. And whenever I told Joanna that in the back seat, she started crying as well. And I just busted a U-turn down, I want to say I was Northgate, and I sped very fast to my dad's house just to get to his apartment and see his body being taken out on the stretcher, being put into the mortuary van. Before you know it, it was it. I started planning the funeral arrangements, went back to Nigeria to bury him. All that happened afterwards, but on that day, it started off with a phone call. Unfortunately, it ended with a lie.
So what are the 3 ways the loss of your dad at 18 has impacted your life?
Financially is one. I've had to fumble my way through what it means to be fiscally responsible, what it means to have a savings account, what it means to invest in a 401k. I've had to fumble my way through learning all these things because my dad was not here to teach me that. My mom was so busy with working and keeping food on the table for us, she didn't have the time to walk me through that. Relationship-wise, dating-wise, my dad didn't teach me how to love a girl, what it meant to be in love with a woman, how to court a woman, how to lead a woman in marriage. Unfortunately, my dad was not a good example for that. He and my mom separated when I was like 9 years old. My dad looked me in the eye as a 9-year-old kid and asked me, do you know where you want to live? Because me and your mom are getting a divorce, so you're either going to live with me or you're going to live with her. I was 9 years old. And again, that highlights, as he passed away, I'm left with wreckage. I'm left with wounds. I'm left with unrepaired relationships with my own mother, my own sisters. And so when it comes to dating, I had no idea what it meant to really love somebody and really lead somebody in a relationship. I had no clue. I didn't have anyone teach it for me or anybody model it for me in my own household. And lastly, spiritually, we were a church family, but losing the head of the household was a big deal. And, I had to now learn how to love and trust and be faithful to God without having an example of that here on earth as my father. I didn't get a chance to, to really pick my dad's brain and just kind of learn, okay, he's my heavenly father, you're my earthly father. How does all that work? And with him being gone, I didn't get a chance to hear that part, and I had to just grow up by other people raising me and learning about the Lord on my own time.
Josh, I got a question for you. What would you say to your dad if he was here right now today?
Well, first thing I would say is I apologize for lying to him on the day that he passed away. I'm sorry that I thought that he would be an embarrassment to me. I'm sorry for not treating you with the respect and the admiration that a son should treat his father. And then the rest, man, I would just want to hang out. Just want to hang out with him in public. Doesn't matter in private. Who cares? Like, he's my father. I have nothing to be ashamed about. Whether his accent or how he dresses is weird to people, like, I shouldn't give a damn about that. Excuse my language. And so what I would want to do is just hang out with him, go to games, to see this bubbly side that everybody else saw. I would want to see that side for myself.
So the people, we went to the barbershop and they had a lot of good things to say about your father. Can you explain that experience? I know this is something that's kind of off the record, but we had a chance to stop by there, and I think that's something we should put in this season and this film. Tell us more about the experience at the barbershop.
It was great, man. Just being able to meet people that knew my dad and they still had good things to say about him to my face. Who knows what they say, behind my back. But they had good things to say about him, and, they told me stories that were just really funny that, like, I didn't know. They told me things about my dad that I didn't even know. I would say it was an overall good experience, just seeing Mitch, knowing that he's in good health, and knowing that, he's in touch with his father. So, just being able to see that, my dad was loved by a lot of people. My dad was really respected by a lot of people. And, that's priceless right there. And, I'm glad that I was able to see it. And he had all sorts of opinions on politics, right? Y'all probably were arguing like about that.
No, we didn't.
It wasn't no argument. You know what I mean? Because it's so many other opinions.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what made it so good. Because he could come in here and voice his opinion, and then somebody else might chime in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just make a debate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's a debate then.
Yes, sir. So true.
So if you couldn't handle that, you didn't come back anyway. You wasn't welcome.
Yeah.
Cum laude. That's the first time I've ever heard that nickname before
Yeah.
for him.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. We're definitely gonna use that.
Yeah.
Man,
That's right.
thanks for all the.
Appreciate you, baby. No problem. Like I said, man, you come by anytime and holler at me. You know what I mean? If there's something going on right there, come holler at me. All right? Love you, baby. Yes, sir.
Well, T, say, man, you had me coming up here for a party and you didn't show up.
You know I came. Real go.
No, man, that day when you say you come, we stayed, I know.
Your mama said that? I was there. Mine's still here. He left someone here.
Amen. But he did.
And loves me.
Tyrone, you remember Cool Lighter, don't you?
Oh, good. Yes, my TV slow. Good.